Want to build fight-ready muscle without getting slow or bulky? Too many fighters avoid strength training because they fear it will hurt their speed. But that's a huge mistake. When done right, muscle doesn't just make you stronger, it makes you faster, more explosive, and harder to take down. Agility. Forget bodybuilding routines that don't apply to fighters. This system is built for combat sports. Stick around, because every key training method is about to be revealed. Want to hit harder, move faster, and build muscle like a fighter? Let's get started. Do you notice how fighters and bodybuilders look completely different despite both lifting weights? That's because they're training for entirely different purposes. While bodybuilders chase the perfect physique, fighters need muscle that performs in the chaos of combat. Here's what most martial artists get wrong. They avoid serious strength training because they fear becoming slow and bulky. This concern is holding fighters back from reaching their true potential. The reality? Building the right kind of muscle makes all the difference. When we look at the physiology, fighters develop more fast-twitch muscle fibers, like high-performance sports cars built for acceleration and quick bursts. These fibers generate explosive power, making a punch devastating or a takedown unstoppable. Bodybuilders focus on hypertrophy training, which builds slow-twitch fibers, more like heavy-duty trucks designed for size and endurance rather than speed. Take a look at this split-screen comparison. Fighters explode through movements to maximize power transfer, while bodybuilders use controlled tempo to maximize size. Same exercise, fundamentally different results. This all comes down to power to weight ratio, a crucial concept for fighters. You want maximum power without excess weight that could slow you down. That's why elite fighters focus on compound movements with lower rep ranges, typically 1 to 5 reps, building strength without unnecessary size gains. Look at successful fighters like Conor McGregor. His lean, muscular physique emphasizes speed and agility while still packing serious power. Even heavier fighters like Francis Ngannou combine mass with explosive movement. What's really fascinating is neuromuscular efficiency, the ability to become stronger without getting bigger. Through specific training protocols emphasizing heavy weight and low reps, fighters can dramatically improve muscle fiber recruitment during combat. This means more power when you need it most, without adding bulk that could slow you down. Now let's examine the essential exercises that turn this physiological knowledge into real fighting power. Speaking of training your body to recruit more muscle fibers, there's a reason why legendary fighters swear by certain movements above all others. The transformation from technical striker to dominating force in the cage comes down to mastering 5 essential compound exercises, and most fighters completely spontaneously. These aren't isolated movements, so training should match these demands. Start with the deadlift, the ultimate test of total body strength. This movement builds explosive power through your posterior chain, directly translating to devastating strikes. The deadlift transformed my takedown power, says UFC veteran Diego Sanchez. Keep your back straight and engage your core. Your spine will thank you later. After drilling the deadlift, shift your focus to the squat for explosive leg development. Front squats particularly benefit fighters as they mimic clinch posture. Remember to track knees over toes. Knee collapse can sideline you for months. Pull-ups build the back muscles, crucial for clinch control and powerful hooks. My grappling control improved dramatically once I committed to strict pull-ups, notes BJJ champion Ryan Hall. Focus on full range of motion rather than rep counts. The bench press develops pushing strength for creating distance and powering strikes. Plant your feet firmly and keep shoulders pinned back. This stability transfers directly to combat situations. For overhead strength, the overhead press reigns supreme. This builds shoulder stability that protects your guard position while developing uppercut power. Watch those wrists. They should stack directly above your elbows. Implementation requires strategic progression. Think of it as a 3-round fight where each round intensifies. Start with 3 to 4 sets of 5 reps at 75% max in week 1, push to 80% in week 2, and peak at 90% in week 3. Just as you'd push through championship rounds, your strength must battle through incremental challenges to achieve peak performance. Stranded without a gym? No problem. Fight-level strength doesn't require fancy equipment. The ancient gladiators didn't have chrome dumbbells or cable machines, yet their raw power and endurance would impress even today's top strength coaches. There's a forgotten approach to building combat-ready muscle that relies on nothing more than body weight, gravity, and a few simple tools. A well-structured bodyweight circuit builds the kind of functional strength that directly translates to combat. Push-ups, squats, plank holds, and burpees might sound basic, but when performed in progressive sets, they strengthen stabilizing muscles that machines often neglect. Aim for 3 to 4 sets, increasing reps weekly, and challenge yourself with variations like explosive push-ups and jump squats to develop fight-ready power. Resistance bands create variable tension throughout each movement, mimicking the changing resistance fighters experience during strikes and grapples. Band punches add resistance where it matters most, at the extension point of a punch, while lateral band walks strengthen stabilizers, helping prevent injuries and improving footwork. Road work has been a staple of fight training for generations, and for good reason. It builds the endurance needed to outlast opponents and maintain a relentless pace. Combining steady-state runs with sprint intervals enhances both aerobic capacity and explosive energy, crucial for dominating in the cage. Running outdoors allows fighters to develop strength through varying surfaces, increasing the challenge and mimicking the unpredictable demands of a fight. A simple approach? Jog 5 to 8 kilometers, 3 to 5 miles, on some days to build steady endurance. Then mix in 10 to 12 rounds of 100-meter sprints on other days, focusing on short bursts of speed and recovery, replicating the intense exchanges that happen during a fight. One of the most overlooked but essential training methods for fighters is crawling patterns. These primal movements develop core stability, coordination, and endurance. Key elements in grappling, clinch work, and overall fight performance. Exercises like bear crawls, leopard crawls, and lateral ape walks force the body to engage multiple muscle groups simultaneously, mimicking the unpredictable demands of combat. Start with 3 sets of 20 to 30 seconds per movement, keeping your core tight and movements controlled. Over time, increase duration and intensity by adding resistance bands or performing them on unstable surfaces. Incorporating these into your routine will build the kind of full body control that translates directly to takedowns, escapes, and powerful striking footwork. Home workout structure for fighters. Running 5 to 8 kilometers, 3 to 5 miles, steady state. Or 10 rounds of 100 meters, 110 yards, sprints, cardio, and endurance. Shadow boxing, 3 rounds, 3 minutes each. Technique, footwork, and fight-specific cardio. Resistance band work, 3 sets. Power and stability for strikes and grappling. Bodyweight circuit, 4 sets. Strength and endurance using fight-specific movements. Crawling patterns, 3 sets, 20 to 30 seconds per movement. Core integration, mobility, and full body coordination. The key? Strategic progression. Add reps, reduce rest periods, or incorporate tougher variations each week. Train with intensity, and your fight-ready strength will skyrocket. No gym required. Beyond intensity and progression lies the secret realm where true fighting potential is unlocked. Ever notice how some fighters seem to recover faster, gain muscle more efficiently, and still maintain their technical edge? The difference isn't genetic, it's systematic. The 24 hours surrounding their workouts creates a performance multiplier effect most fighters never discover. Think of your training as a complete ecosystem where every component affects the others. Many fighters sabotage themselves by stacking strength training on top of existing routines without adjustments, leading to overtraining and injury. For optimal integration, follow these timing guidelines. Striking specialists schedule heavy strength sessions 48 hours before technical practices. Monday, Thursday, compound strength movements. Tuesday, Friday, technical striking. Wednesday, active recovery. Saturday, sparring. Grappling specialists focus on posterior chain and grip work. Try 30 to 40-minute strength sessions immediately before technical practice. This builds technique maintenance even when fatigued. Nutrition timing matters tremendously. 2 hours pre-training. Eat a 3-to-1 carb to protein meal like sweet potatoes with chicken breast. Within 30 minutes post-workout, consume a shake with 25 to 30 grams protein and 50 to 60 grams carbs for accelerated recovery. Daily protein needs for muscle-building fighters range from 1.8 to 2.2 grams per kilogram of body weight across 4 to 6 meals. Prioritize anti-inflammatory foods like fatty fish, berries, and leafy greens to combat training inflammation. Recovery requires active rehabilitation. Implement contrast therapy by alternating hot water immersion, 100 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit, for 3 minutes with cold exposure, 50 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit, for 1 minute, repeated 3 to 5 times. This reduces soreness and speeds recovery by 30% compared to rest alone. For sleep optimization, maintain complete darkness in your bedroom, reduce blue light 2 hours before bed, and keep your sleeping environment between 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit. Each additional hour of quality sleep improves reaction time by up to 9%, sharpening the fight IQ that separates champions from contenders. Why do elite fighters invest so much in strength training? Let's recap. And elevates overall fight performance. Forget the myth that lifting weights makes fighters slow. When done correctly, strength training enhances speed, endurance, and knockout power simultaneously. Every rep translates directly to fight mechanics. Commit 30 days, train with intention, and watch as your strength, endurance, and fight IQ evolve. The fighter who emerges won't just be stronger, they'll be more explosive, more durable, and more dangerous in every aspect of combat. Because true strength isn't measured in the gym, it's proven in battle. What's your best tip for building functional muscle as a fighter? Drop it in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to help more fighters level up their training.